annuity ever a legitimate product?
Okay, well, we'll start off with, can't give you individualized investment advice, but for someone who wants to have a guaranteed income stream, let's say you have 50%, you have some cash that's going to cover all of your emergency needs, but you want to make sure that you've got income for your life and your wife's life. The variable annuity can be the appropriate product for you, but you just got to understand it's a very expensive product. Well, fixed annuities, the difference between a fixed and a variable annuity has a period of growth because it's invested in securities. So you have the opportunity to grow the base from which your annuity is drawn for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you have a larger pot. If you're just buying annuity, you're basically, this is the pot that I'm going to withdraw from, and that's all I got. And the variable annuity also guarantees that even if you're in your lifetime of income, let's just say you live to be 120 and you withdraw more money than you actually invested in, you still get the guaranteed income stream. So there are benefits to variable annuity. It's just a very costly product.
So we already have a pension, which is lifetime. So I'm right there with you. I get that it might be appropriate for some people, but I don't see where it could be appropriate for anybody with access to a pension.
Well, I think that's kind of what Kristin was saying. One of the arguments that we had, these people already had pensions, but some people wanted additional income. I mean, it's conceivable that somebody has a pension but says, I need some additional income that I might want to buy this product for to guarantee. Again, it's all tied to your unique circumstances of what you want. Okay,
so you also mentioned that it was a long-term investment. Like, we're already old enough to be retired. How long are we talking?
Well, age is a.
Let me give you an example that we had in our case. We had a doctor who took his money out of the TSP and put it into a variable annuity, and he knew he wanted to take out $5,000, $10,000 every Christmas for Christmas presents and for traveling, etc. Well, he was in this, that was the surrender period. So every time he took money out, he was going to be penalized for it. That is not a long-term investment for him. Now, I think there are many of you, let's say all of us, are going to be around in 7 years. If you say this is an investment opportunity where, on earth, not working, but you say this is an investment opportunity where I have, $50,000 that I'm not going to touch, I'm not going to need, I've figured this all out, and I can put it in a variable annuity for 7 years without touching it, and it can grow during that 7 years, and it can then provide income for the rest of my life and supplement my pension. That could be something someone would consider. But again, in our case, and I think this is why we thought this case was appropriate to discuss with y'all, our investors already had an income stream. And that's what made this product particularly questionable to be offering on a scheme-wide basis. This is all they were doing. They were reaching out to federal employees, and this was the only product they were offering. And that's one thing we didn't touch on. When you're talking to advisors, if they're only offering you one product, that's also a red flag. Why are they not? Because in this case, as I said, they could withdraw from the TSP. Well, they could have put it into an IRA that they could have, managed themselves or had someone else manage. They could have put it into mutual funds. Those options were kind of poo-pooed if they were discussed at all, and they were really focused on this one security, the variable annuity. If you're talking to an advisor and that's the only thing they're talking to you about, this one product, that's a red flag. They should be able to discuss, here are the 4 or 5 options for you. Here's why I think this option is better than the other options you're looking at. And here's what this product's going to give you that these other products don't. And those are other questions you can ask. If you're in there and you feel like they're emphasizing the one product, well, what are my other options? What would this give me? What would that give me?
And what are the cost differences between these two products?
Exactly.
Okay, I got one more. And I know you all touched on the situation with the emails ending in .com. Obviously, these were not .gov websites, but did they do a .org? Like, was there any issue there? I'm a federal contractor as well. There is no job like the job they portray to have.
Correct. And that in and of itself should, again, as I said, Google these people. Don't just take, Mark showed you the broker check and things like that with the registered reps. There are people out there that you might be contacted by that are not licensed, that don't have that. That in and of itself should be of concern, because that means, who's minding the store with that. The reason we brought up the emails were, again, it was unique to the federal system, but they do have the .gov generally if it's coming from inside the government, and so that should have been something that folks were alerted to, but I can tell you they weren't. So I'm just saying, I think one of the slides earlier said, hold your mouse over the HTML, see where the website's coming from. I'm just saying, be mindful of any kind of unsolicited communication you receive is worth some follow-up research to figure out who it's coming from.
Particularly if they're trying to portray themselves as affiliated with the state of Georgia or any other governmental entity, because it's rare that somebody's going to be cold calling you with investment advice that's working for a government entity.
Correct.